Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Common Ground podcast channel. In this channel, we keep small talk about big things. My name is Razi, and today I'm here with my co host Natalia.
Every day we hear about AI this, AI that, but here's the reality 95% of generative artificial intelligence pilots fail to deliver measurable return on investment, according to MIT's latest research. And the problem isn't the technology itself, it's that organizations don't understand how to design workflows that actually capture AI's benefits. The real challenge for the founders and for the teams as well is where do you even begin using AI in your value chain to get actual return on investment?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to only chase technology trends. You want a strategic AI investment that deliver measurable business outcome. So today we'll walk you through a potential framework that places you in the successful 5%, and you will learn how to analyze your business to find the right spot for AI deployment with real return on investment potential.
So let's start our discussion and let's start with the strategic
Mhm.
foundation, which is value stream mapping. This isn't just about listing what your team does every day. You need to dig deeper and see where decisions get made, how data moves around, and at what point things tend to get stuck or slow down. Of course, it varies depending on the type of company or the industry. For hardware startups, for example, we're typically looking at the areas like supply chain optimization or speeding up R&D or sales forecasting or quality control in manufacturing or
Mm.
even predicting when equipments might need maintenance.
Yeah, exactly. And for software companies, the value
Mhm.
chain is development workflows, customer acquisition, onboarding, support, and analytics. But here is what most people get wrong: you can't build a solid business case for AI
Mm,
until you understand how value and data actually flow through your business.
that's true.
Without that foundation, you're basically shooting in the dark with no way to measure success.
And also, the important step is will be like how to apply, the 80/20 rule
Mm.
to identify high impact tasks with automation opportunities. This means focusing on the 20% of repetitive tasks that are consuming 80% of your team's time.
Mm.
So here we're talking about tasks that come, in a large volumes, which follow predictable patterns and also have clear outcomes.
Yeah. There are three areas that have high potential to deliver immediate return on investment. The first area is internal knowledge management using enterprise chatbots like Microsoft
Mhm.
Copilot. Companies are seeing 60% faster responses when employees ask questions about policies or, any other company information.
60% faster. That's pretty significant,
Mm.
number. Are we talking about replacing traditional help desks or more like augmenting them?
That's a really good question. It's more about
Hmm.
augmenting. Employees can get instant answers to common questions without having to wait for HR or IT to respond.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it really does. It does sound like a smart time saver.
Yeah.
Mm. I'm curious to learn more about the other areas. Can you please,
Sure.
yeah,
Sure.
say
The
more about
second
that?
area is visual content automation with
Hmm.
tools like Canva, which enables you to create branded templates once, then let teams self-service social media posts, presentations, and marketing materials.
Like instead of everything going through the marketing team for approval.
Yes, exactly. And I have a good example here. That's FedEx.
Hmm.
They cut brand review times by 77% across 45 countries using this approach. And finally, the third area of deploying AI, which has high potential to deliver immediate return on investment, is project coordination with Notion AI. It connects your existing tools like Slack, Google Drive, and Jira into one knowledge hub.
Hmm. And how does this actually save the time to
Well, yeah, it automates things like meeting notes and then building searchable knowledge bases while saving up to 10 minutes per information search. And I think that's huge. So instead of hunting through different platforms, everything's centralized and then it's searchable.
Mm, that's a smart way
Yeah.
of doing things.
Yeah.
Um, I would also like to bring out the business case. Canva. Canva runs about 10 to 25 euros per month per person, but it eliminates those frustrating design bottlenecks where everyone's waiting on the creative team. And the Notion AI is even cheaper. As I remember, it's at 8 to 10 euros per monthly, and it handles all your meeting notes plus builds databases automatically. So most companies see those tools pay for themselves in just 2 to 3 months, which is, in my opinion, is a credible investment.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's incredible. And now here is where it gets really exciting. AI isn't just about doing things faster, right? It can spot patterns you completely miss with regular analysis. AI can process thousands of variables at once, like weather patterns, social media buzz, economic indicators, competitor moves, and it can find connections that would take your team months to discover. It might be that your sales spike isn't just tied to seasons but to what's trending on TikTok. These are the kind of insights that will give you a real competitive edge.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Really nice that you mentioned that. Like instead of simple takeaways like sales was strong last December, AI can reveal patterns such as customers who engage with our Instagram stories are 40% more likely to purchase within 2 weeks, than browsing, on mobile during evening times.
Yeah.
That kind of detail takes your marketing from guesswork to precise data-driven targeting.
Yeah. Yeah. When you get these kind of insights, the business impact is real. Companies using AI for demand forecasting are seeing 15 to 25% better accuracy than traditional statistical methods. That translates to about 20% less cash tied up in inventory.
Right, right. And it works across different business functions.
Yeah, definitely.
So, take for instance, customer behavior. It can predict which leads are actually going to convert, not just which one look good on paper. And companies are seeing around 30% better conversion rates once they start focusing on a qualified prospects. There are tools like Photomaster that use AI to predict seasonal demand patterns, or for instance, Katana AI, which is used for intelligent inventory management across all your channels.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing up the examples. And the best part, you don't have to start with some massive enterprise system. Even something like Google Sheets connected to Zapier with AI-powered analytics can deliver meaningful insights for just under 50 euros a month. And we believe that the smart move is to pick one decision-making area, prove the value, and then expand from there once you see the results.
And here's where the reality check.
Hmm.
If your company data is inconsistent, AI isn't going to magically fix it. So it will actually amplify the problem by giving you confidently wrong answers based on consistent information.
Yeah, so true. If your customer information is scattered across three different spreadsheets and your sales data lives somewhere else entirely, you won't even reach the stage where you can effectively deploy AI models. AI needs structured, accessible data to function properly.
And the stats back this up. It says like 70% of AI projects they fail because of poor data foundation. So before getting excited about AI, ask yourself, can someone on your team easily find how many customers you have had last quarter, or which marketing campaign actually drove sales? So what I mean by that is basically if a human can quickly access the information from your system, so AI can work with it too.
Yeah, and also if it takes your team more than a few clicks to find that information, or if they have to check multiple disconnected systems to get a complete answer, then you definitely got work to do on your data infrastructure. Just organized, accessible data works very well. The best approach is consolidating everything into a single source, whether that's CRM, ERP system.
So the takeaway is pretty simple. Before you invest in AI capabilities, ensure your data infrastructure is ready. So AI can only be as effective as the data and foundation you provided.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So far, we identified, those high impact automation opportunities. Now we comes to the crucial part, and that's deciding what to tackle first.
This is where a lot of companies get overwhelmed because they see all these possibilities but don't know how to prioritize. That's why we use what we call AI value complexity matrix.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's very straightforward if you put it in this way that if something's going to have big business impact, but it's not too complicated to implement, then that's your quick win. If it's high impact but highly complex at the same time, that goes on your long term strategic roadmap. The key here is to start with those quick wins that actually show results immediately, then using that success to build momentum for bigger projects.
Indeed. And when you are making the business case for any of this, you need actual numbers. For example, what it goes to implement or how much productivity you'll gain or even the revenue impact.
Hmm.
Quick wins, they usually take 2 to 8 weeks and cost under 50K. So the bigger strategic initiatives require 50K to 500K or even more, but they can fundamentally transform your operations.
Yeah, yeah. And just, one example that came to my mind is like implementing a customer service chatbot is easier. Yeah, at least I think it's easier than redesigning your entire supply chain with AI. So it's very wise to start with proven return on investment, then a scale to bigger strategic initiatives.
And once you've prioritized, it's time to design for human AI collaboration. AI implementations should augment human capabilities. Think of AI as your intelligent assistant that can draft documents or analyze data, surface recommendations, and etc. But humans still remain responsible for reviewing outputs and applying business judgments and for sure making final decisions.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this approach builds organizational trust and definitely creates sustainable results. And I think it's very important because the companies that successfully deploy AI invest heavily in upskilling their employees and then invest heavily in developing new ways of working with AI from very beginning.
And remember to establish AI governance right from the start.
Yeah.
This means creating clear guidelines about how AI should and shouldn't be used, regularly monitoring system performance and accuracy, and also like having a clear escalation process for when things go wrong and human intervention is needed.
We are getting close to the end of this podcast. And to wrap up, here is your strategic framework. Map your value streams first and then identify high impact automation opportunities. Enhance decision making with AI analytics and assess data readiness. Prioritize by return on investment potential. And finally, design for human AI collaboration.
Thank you, Rosie.
Thank you, Natalia. Thanks, everybody, for listening. If there is a topic you'd like us to explore deeper, please feel free to drop us a message. Till next time.